Alright, something's jammed. Oh, it's this here. This throttle linkage. That throttle linkage was jammed straight up. I don't know why it feels free now, but it was jammed up there before. Free it up. Just spray with a bit of CRC. WD-40, whatever you want to call it. Free now. Alright. At least it started. I'll just put a bit more water in here. Right, g'day. Those of you who follow my channel will remember the last dinghy video where this outboard broke down, left me stranded in the river, and I ended up having to paddle back. I got it fired and I found out where the problem was. The problem lied mostly with this bulb, with the fuel bulb. The old one was broken and it had no anti-reverse in the fuel bulb, so the fuel was just flowing straight back into the tank. You couldn't pump it up and it wasn't keeping fuel to the carby. So that was half of the problem. And the other half of the problem was the inlet up here. The inlet fitting, the fitting that went into the engine was broken and it wasn't working properly. The spring was buggered, so it wasn't letting fuel into the outboard. So I was pumping it up and it was getting some fuel into this little filter here, enough to start it, and it ran for a little while, and then the fuel just wasn't flowing into the engine. So we fixed that now. I haven't got a fitting. I ordered some more fittings on eBay and I'm waiting for them to come. It's been about 3 months. So I'm kind of starting to guess that they're not coming and I'm gonna have to order some more. But in the meantime, I've just sort of jury-rigged this up here and I've run the fuel hose straight through and done away with the fitting. It'll do for now, just to see if we can get it going. It's running. It started, revving its balls off, but that, as you can see, this little linkage was a bit jammed up. So we'll top up the water and we'll give it a go and see if it'll run now. Yeah, I'll do it. I reckon that's the best it's ever run. It sounds really smooth and nice. Awesome. Well, that was a bit of a win because I was hoping I didn't have to strip the carby down. I thought at worst case scenario I'd have to pull the carby off and strip it out and clean all the rubbish out of the carby. But I think pulling 65,000 RPM like I did a few minutes ago might have sucked any crap that was in there out of it anyway. And now it's idling beautiful. All I'm going to do, I'm going to let it ride. I'll start it up. I'm not going to leave this to camera because it'll probably bore people and I'm going to be over there because I'll die of asphyxiation anyway. But I'm going to run it up, let it run for a few minutes, make sure everything's running sweet and it doesn't run out of fuel for the next couple of minutes, and then we'll take it for a spin in the river and see how she goes. Again, from the last video with the Tinny, you guys remember I actually forgot the bung and I had to jam a plastic bag and a few bits of stick into the old bung hole to make it semi-sealed. Didn't really work ideally, but having a look now, I can see the silicone all around this bung. You can see all the silicone's all buggered, and this, I don't think that's going to be sealing too well. So I'm going to drill these rivets out, put a bit more Sikaflex in there and rivet this back on again and put the bung back in, and that should stop it leaking as well, hopefully. I will be certainly packing some paddles because of whatever last time, if it breaks down, at least I want to have some kind of backup measure. But yeah, I'll put some silicone on this and we'll take it for a spin, see how she goes. Well, it's not very straight, eh? Look how bent that is. I might give that a bit of a panel beating. Give it a couple of smacks with a hammer and just try to bend that back in. Get all the old silicone off, best you can. Might just kind of see if I can square that up a touch. I'm just using a bit of marine Sikaflex. I'm just going to smear this on here. I'm not going to hold back on it. I'd rather have too much than not enough. I'm not too worried about appearances here. I'm going to smack a lot on here as well for good luck. Mate, if silicone doesn't fix it, nothing will. Sorted. Oh. These rivets are a bit long really, but that's all I got at the moment. They'll make do. There's one. Now it's a bit of spit on the finger, and I'll just smear that all the way around. Oh, look at that, that's beautiful, mate. That's professional.
Like a treat.
Alright, oh, it's got to be better than what it was, because before you could almost see the hole in it.
And don't forget,
Whack the old bungaroo in this time, I won't forget it, like I did last time, because a stick in a plastic bag wasn't ideal. Sweet. Righto, here we go. I'm back up the river with Salty again. Take 2. I haven't started this before I left home, so this is a cold start, so I'll go with some choke, bit of throttle, and see if she will go. Fingers crossed. Oh, that's a start. Off to a good start. It actually seems to be running alright. I'll take that back. No, I think it's just cold. I'll just rev her up a bit, let it run on for a little bit, and then we'll see how we go. We're moving. We're moving for now. See how far we get. Did this last time and I didn't get too far, but I feel a bit better about this time. Pretty sure it's got to do with this fuel bowl. She's running a bit rough. I really just want to give it a handful, but the speed limit in this river is 5 knots, so can't really wind it up. Give it a bit of a run, see how it goes. Seems alright. Seems to settle down a bit now, it's running nice. Alright, cool, let's go for a cruise. It's running a little bit better. It's idling nicely. It's still got a bit of a sneeze down low. I don't know, it might just be a bit of a mixture thing. I put some new fuel in it, so it might take a bit of a while for the new fuel to work its way through, but at least it's running and it hasn't conked out this far. It's just got a bit of a lean sneeze down low, so I'll probably have a bit of a look at that when I get home. I might whack a few new plugs in it as well. But have a look at this place. I've really missed this. I'm gonna switch it off actually. Just the peace and quiet up here. So if anyone else is, if you like these tinny videos, leave a message down below and I'll attempt to do some more. If anyone's got any suggestions of little tinny adventures I can do, again, put it in the comments down below. I'm keen as mustard to start using this tinny a bit more. We've had it, it's been sitting around for ages. We kind of got a bit distracted when we bought the big boat, so we haven't really used the tinny too much. Now it's running. I'll probably give it a few more shakedowns in the river. I'll probably take it somewhere I can wind it up a little bit first and make sure it goes all right before I take it out to sea. Or I'll make sure I've got a backup boat if I'm taking her out to sea. But yeah, if anyone's got any ideas of some adventures we can do with the tinny, comment down below and we'll try to make that happen. But in the meantime, I'm just going to have a cruise here. I did bring a fishing rod, but I really can't be bothered. I might just take Salty for a bit of a swim, but I'll put the drone up and give you a bit of a look around here because this place is really magical. And yeah, it looks pretty cool from above. Check this out. it back without having to paddle. That's a win. Still taking on a little bit of water, but some of that could be from salty jumping in soaking wet as well. But yeah, it's still leaking a little bit through the bung there. I'm not too fussed about it. I've got a little bailing bucket here, I can easily bail it out. If you like our videos, stay tuned and I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks everyone for watching.